show you how easy it is to turn almonds into almond nut butter. Okay, step number one is to grab yourself some just raw almonds. That's all I have, and I'm just going to dump them out onto a baking sheet, and you're going to want to spread them out even. It's okay if they have the skin on there. That is up to you if you want to get skinless, but I like the extra flavor and color from the skin. Make sure to spread them out nice and evenly for good airflow, and now we're going to pop it into our oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to roast for about 10 minutes to bring out the inner oils. Okay, now it's been halfway through. I'm just opening it up, give it a little jiggle to shake it around, and cook for another 5 minutes. Well, that's 2. 5. All right, let's just take it out of here, and now we are just going to place it over here and let it cool for 10 minutes. All right, now we're gonna pick up our warmed nuts and just place them into a food processor or blender. Bam. Get them all in there, and it's time to blend. Now, when making nut butter, there is a whole process for blending. At first, it'll look like it's not coming together, then it will. Just stick with me. So we're gonna start blending it up until it turns into like a fine powder. Okay, now we're at stage number 1, which is where it turns into this fine powder. And you're like, hey Tom, that's not gonna turn into like a creamy butter. Yes, it will. Just keep going. We're going to keep on blending and just stick with me. Keep on blending, and I promise it'll change very soon. Okay, now we're at stage number 2, which is where it turns into kind of like wet sand. Check this out. It is kind of like this like gravel, like kind of little gravel, wet sand texture. It is so strange, and it still looks like it's not gonna work, but it will. We're now at the final stage before it becomes nut butter, which is where it gets really clumpy and turns into these like massive clumps that are really hard. So just keep on going. It's been a solid 15 minutes now. It really takes like 20-25 minutes. It uses a lot of power, but it's worth it. Bam. Okay guys, it has been like 20 minutes, but we are almost there. It is starting to get even thinner. Just stick with me. I know it's crazy. Just stick with me. We're almost there. The moment has come that we have all been waiting for. It is officially turned into delicious almond butter. Check this out. We're going to pour it in here, and look at that. Look at that thick almond butter. Isn't it crazy how those nuts just turned into this rich, thick, indulgent almond butter in like 30 minutes. Now for some extra flavor, I'm gonna season with a little bit of Salt Bay action, and I like my nut butter to be a little bit sweet, so I'm gonna add in just a touch of honey and just stir that up. Look at how beautiful that looks. There's just something special about homemade nut butter that you cannot get from the store. Ooh, look at that. Time to give it a try on some toast. Incredible.